I believe that Unified is a conduit to assist us in maintaining our independence because we get together not infrequently, and it's opened up lines of communication with other independent practices. And it's done in a way that is not competitive, it's collaborative, which is an amazing way to do things, and it's refreshing. Whether it's in our own local geography, which we've had local geographic meetings with the practices that are Unified members that are in our own area, in addition to coming to a meeting such as this, to a more national meeting where they're from all over. You know, all independent practices are facing the same challenges. We have challenges with, remote reading and AI incorporation and relationships with hospitals and networks and insurance companies and everything else, and how to grow, how to be successful. We're all facing similar things, and to sit down at a table with leaders of other practices, with their presidents and CEOs, and ask questions of each other and share things has been probably as big of a benefit to this whole thing as the billing itself. I was surprised at the candidness of the members in sharing things with me. Actually, when I first came to my very first meeting, I will never forget one of the presidents of another practice saying that he thought Unified was probably one of the biggest benefits of being with MBMS and billing as well. So that definitely piqued my interest, and it proved to be so very true. We sit at these meetings, we talk about problems that we all have, but it gets into the nitty-gritty. We have problems with physicians that are at the bottom end or the high end of productivity. How do you deal with work RVUs? How do you optimize things with remote readers, and how do you cover your hospitals? I mean, these are independent practice problems that aren't just yours to own. And it's interesting because I've solved some problems for, like, say, overnight reading and internalizing that to our practice that maybe was different than another practice, and they're having some problems with that. How did you do this? So these kind of things come up, and it's amazing, the sharing of information. And it's done in a really non-competitive, collaborative way. There's no judgment, there's no necessarily right and wrong, but what you find is that you can listen to all of this, take the positives and negatives away, come back to your own individual practice, and then apply some of these things, or take these ideas and say that, some of this might work for me. Now, maybe not all of it, but some of it might. So, but that engagement, that opportunity to feel like you're not alone, and that, there's other people out there going through the same things, and that can help you with these decisions, that it's invaluable. You can't put a price on that. And right now, today, when you're trying to figure out how to run a big practice, and a lot of things are going on, it's interesting, and it's awesome to know that you're not alone, and that there's people out there actually willing to sit down and have a conversation with you, who are going through the very same thing. And there are people ahead. There are practices that are ahead of where we are. There are practices that are behind, and we've all solved some things in different ways. But how do I say this? I've not come across another forum quite like Unified to allow for that kind of conversation between independent practices from everywhere. It's a unique opportunity that you can't put a value on.